Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by the garden today. We're going to go over a little video on propagating your cactus plants by the little offshoots. We already did one of them. Let's take a closer look. And he looks really happy. So let's go show you how we did this. Before I take these little ball cactuses off of here, these little offshoots, what I usually do is make sure they're nice and plump. Make sure they're nice and watered. These cactus are full of water before I go ahead and take that. Because after we pluck this little cactus plant off of here, off of the mother plant, after we take these babies off, this little guy is not going to have enough roots on it to support itself for the next couple of weeks. So we have to make sure they're nice and plump before we pull it off of there. This way it does have enough water storage within this little cactus plant to support itself and to give itself water within the next couple of weeks. Because after we pluck any cactus or succulent, we don't water because there's a chance in rot setting in. Now, you want to wear gloves when you do this because these are really pinchy, and we're just going to twist down, twist and pull at the same time. And I want to take some of these off of here. They're already starting to root. That one was also rooted, so I'm glad this one is rooted as well. And I'm just going to plant the bum. So I plant, this is the bottom of it. I go about that much into the soil, right above that root system. So let's go plant this together. Alright, I had to free up some hands real quick, so we stood up our little tripod and put the camera up. So we're just going to show you guys how we plant this. I'm so happy he had a root too. We're going to make a little hole in the center. We're going to plant them in really, really dry succulent soil. You want to make sure the soil is nice and dry because you don't want any chance in rotting. This little guy can rot out. If we break this off of that plant right there and there's any open wounds and water gets in there right away, there's a chance that this little cactus can rot. So I don't water any succulents or cacti when I'm propagating for at least a week to 2 weeks, and that all depends. I let these little cactus plants and succulents tell me when they need water. Now as this roots, it'll become more stable. It's kind of wompy at first in the little containers. As you can see, this little guy, this succulent's been in there a few days and it's starting to root. It's not that jiggly anymore. So after you plant your succulent or cacti and it doesn't have roots, it's going to be a little wobbly in the pot. So I don't water that after I pluck it. I water before, or I make sure that the leaves are nice and plump before, or this cacti here is nice and plump. From propagating a succulent, it's easier to tell if your leaves are deflated or not by feeling them, and if they're wrinkly and just feel deflated, that means you have to water. These, it's a little bit harder to tell. They become a little wrinkly to the look, and they're firm to the touch always. So unless they get overwatered, then they become mushy, and that's no good. But they're usually firm to the touch even when they do need water. They just get a little bit wrinkly on their skin. You can see a little wrinkly stuff on their skin, and they start deflating a little bit, and the color will start dulling out. So that's how you can kind of tell your cacti needs water. Now when I'm propagating, I don't give an extra watering. I just water when it needs it. So this didn't need any water before I planted it, and we just buried it in here. We're going to leave it in the same sun it was in because it's still growing. It's in about, all these up here sit in about 5 to 6 hours of morning sun, getting that eastern exposure because it's a lot less intense than the afternoon sun. The afternoon sun can burn my succulents sometimes. We're going to propagate a few more, and that's it, you guys. I'm going to let this little cacti let me know when it needs water, and I'm not going to water until it roots a little bit, probably within the next 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.